A popular pidgin parlance in Nigeria goes thus: life na turn by turn. Do your own, I do my own. As the country is getting set for another presidential election in 2023, many citizens are clamoring that it is the turn of the South to produce the next leader after President Muhammadu Buhari. The Southern and Middle Belt Leaders Forum has warned that any political party that does not zone its 2023 presidential ticket to the South should not expect support from the region. In a communique issued at the end of its meeting in Abuja, the forum said its position is based on the need to endanger a fair sharing of the power in the country. Isn't that fair enough? But this has always been very topical, especially between the leading parties, the People's Democratic Party and the All Progressive Congress. And even to add another twist to it, instead of some region, some people to bring out their candidates, you are calling on another person not to run, telling them no, you need to step down so that you're not bringing out your own candidate. But what do you make of this?
Well, I've always been an apostle of rotatory presidency, and one of the reasons I quarrel with some of our political leaders was because in 2006 we had the opportunity to take a second look at our constitution and bring in the issue of rotatory presidency. But somehow, because it was suspected at that time that Obasanjo brought the gathering together so that I can use them for tenure elongation, we then decided to throw away the baby with the bathwater. Yes. In fact, as it was conceptualized at that time, in a state, power will be rotated between the three senatorial zones in any state.
In the states?
Yes.
To go to that level?
Yes, that was the plan.
Not that one zone will continue to dominate?
No, that was the plan. And what this means is that even to the minority, the minority can benefit from
you emerge
from political leadership. Look at Delta, for example.
Yes.
No matter what we say about Ibori and other power people in Delta State,
yes,
somehow they've allowed this to go around the three senatorial zones.
Yes. And
not just that, even the minorities, minority Ishekiri have found a way to become governor in that state. So everyone now expects that, okay, by 2023, it goes to the Urobos again.
Yes, because Anioma they're just finishing.
Yes, that's not, you know. So that will make everyone happy. You know that your own turn will come. And if you are you just wait for that time when your own turn, when it will be your turn to produce the governor. So the contest will now be within you people to find the most capable person who will represent you people in the true sense of the word and be a good governor. That is coming down to state level. But for our politicians, what they've always believed, even if we do rotatory presidency or whatever, it should not be part of the constitution. It should be the decision of the parties. The parties should, at the level of the parties, they should be able to decide how that will work. But yes, we've done that from time to time. When it is expedient, we allow power to rotate. Obasanjo came in as president in 1999 because the mood at that time, having seen the annulment of June 12th election, the mood in the country did not favor keeping power in the north.
Yes.
So they just felt, okay, the leaders came together, IBB, the man from Guso, and all of them, they came together and said, okay, let's give it to Obasanjo. Yes, that's where it's from. You know, the intelligence man. So, and then it went to Obasanjo. When the people of the Niger Delta too continued to agitate, and we couldn't get peace in that area, we couldn't secure peace, what did we do? We looked in the direction of the Goodluck Jonathan as deputy to Yar'Adua. You know, Obasanjo having spent 8 years. You know, so that kind of arrangement.
And when it was his time to even step up to number one?
Yes.
He became number one?
So that kind of arrangement is a good one. No matter how we look at it, I know that people are desperate for power, people who want to contest.
It is now people who always get for merit.
That's when they talk about merit. You know, the other day, because Kwankwaso wants to contest again, he started talking about the need for PDP to not zone this thing to the south, because he wants to have another shake of the dice. But generally, it will give a sense of belonging to everyone. This is what I feel. You know, I may not like the language being employed by those leaders, because I still believe that in politics you have to reach out, you know, across the Niger.
Yes.
So reach out and sell yourself, sell your candidate. You must not use belligerent language that suggests that, look, it is you either give me or you won't have peace. No, that doesn't work in politics. You still have to reach out.
Play the politics.
Play the politics, play it competently, and you will have your way. But I agree that power should be rotated, not just in 2023. We should even make it a way of life here. You know, not just in 2023.
The people that suggested it, ab initio, they looked at the balance of the country, looking at the diversity, looking at so many things to have come up with that kind of idea. And I think it's a stabilizing factor, so to say.
I think this would not have been a major issue if not because of the fact that, just like I've said, Nigeria is a multi-ethnic, multi-religious society with a lot of diversity, over 300 ethnic groups. That's number one. Then the other one is that between 1966 and 1997, we had 31 years. Out of that, the South, people from the South ruled for only 3.5 years. The remaining 29 years were led by Northern people.
Largely the military.
Yes, under the military. And from 1999, we had Obasanjo there. He spent 8 years. He handed over to somebody from the north. If not because of the unfortunate death of Yar'Adua, he would have been there for 8 years. But constitutionally, he needed to hand over to Jonathan. And when he handed over to Jonathan, Jonathan wanted to contest again. And people say, no. You've had 6 years.
6 years.
You need to go. The power must go back to the north. And they had a lot of support from the south. From the southwest, people mobilized, people went on social media. And then the power has been in the north now since 2015. Societies are not just governed by laws. They are also governed by reasonable expectation, conventions, morality. What is good, what is bad. After 8 years, it is just normal that power needs to go to the south. So I think it should not even be a subject of debate. You know, if there is reasonable expectation, people should not be debating it. Because I was reading this morning that some people in the north were saying no to, rotation of presidency. They never said it in 2015, and everybody supported them. If there is any attempt to change this pendulum, it's going to fuel a lot of crisis. It's going to re-energize people that are talking about they don't even want to be part of the country and all that. Self-determination. So in order to avoid trouble, people are saying that where it's about competence. We have competent people all over the country. Look at what is going on in Borno State. Look at what the governor is doing. even in the midst of conflict and everything.
Crisis.
The way you have very good people in Borno State, you have very excellent people in Imo State, you have excellent people in Maria, you have in Southwest, everywhere in Kogi, they are there. So if every zone is asked to produce the best, is best, every local government can give you a good leader. So I think we should not overstress this issue, and I don't think any attempt should be made to change. So I think the decision of the groups is a reflection of what their people really want.
Julie, now, there's this, is it a north-south thing? Or it can be micro-zoned? Because if they're saying power should come back to the south, another sentiment is that out of the tripod Nigeria is standing on, Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba,
yes,
that in terms of ethnic group, that this third group, they are yet to take a shot at this thing. So would the north-south thing work, or we should look at it that, oh, anytime it is south, look, it could be rotated?
Excellent, excellent. What you just said is how I think the politicians should be thinking. First, there should be rotatory presidency. You had your 8 years, let it go to another part of the country. That is the starting point. So when it goes to
north south,
yes, on the larger scale, you know, we are looking at the bigger picture, north south. Now, secure that first. Secure that understanding that is going to the south. Then there would then be contestation between the various groups. If there is understanding between the various groups within the South itself, they can have some level of unanimity that will now point us to where the particular tribe,
if you want to say south,
or
south,
the particular
southeast,
geopolitical zone that is going to. But that
should be done within.
That conversation must first start.
Okay.
Though that is going to the south. Then within them, within the south, it is their responsibility to them find which geopolitical zone it then goes to, because that had happened before when it went to the south. You know, when the the vice presidency went to the south. That conversation, they had that conversation that, look, given the agitation, let these people feel wanted. Okay, let us now look in the direction of the south, and it went to Goodluck Jonathan. You know, so the starting point is, should it be rotated between north and south? I am for that. Then after that, the issue of which geopolitical zone within the south it goes to would then be resolved by the players themselves.
All right, joining us via Zoom for more discussion on this is the former presidential candidate of the People's Coalition Party, PCP, Dr. Nicholas Felix, all the way from the United States. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, and it's so good to hang out with you guys this beautiful Sunday afternoon.
Okay. I guess it's morning there. So
yes, it's morning here right now.
All right, Dr. Nicholas Phillips, I want to get your point of view on this rotational presidency, the agitation for rotation of the Nigerian presidency.
All right, first of all, before we go to the issue of rotation, we must know that power rotation or zoning is not constitutional. It violates Section 131 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. However, even though we know it's not constitutional, for the sake of equity, we have to discuss it. We have to talk about it. The South and the Middle Belt, especially the Middle Belt, I don't think there should be clamoring for power to be shifted to them at this point. I think the only people who should be clamoring is purely the South. If you look at it very well, the Middle Belt has had about 19 years of power in office. They've had their fair share. They have their chance to make any impact in the lives of their people. But for now, I think all we should be clamoring about is power shifting to the South. Now, I love one of the points my brother made over there. It should be purely the North and the South on federal level. If we're talking about the presidency, we should focus on the North and the South. Now that the power has been shifted to the South, the key thing should be who among in the South, is it the Southwest, Southeast, or the South-South? I think the only people who should be agitating, people who should be clamoring that it's their turn for them to be in office should be the Southeast. But unfortunately, you know, they are currently distracted with the issue of Biafra. And power will not just be handed over to you. Let's make that very clear. Nobody is going to hand over power to you because you think you are entitled to it. It has to be fought for. You have to work for it based on merit. But since they are being distracted, I think it's the time of the South-South to be able to get into power come 2023. And that's where we come in. While we're in this same issue, let's not forget about the fact that even though we're talking about power being shifted to the South, we should also focus on the fact that it's time for the youth to take over, not just for to be respectful to them. I'll call them our fathers who are of great age. They should be able to leave office and let the youth continue. You know, I was just thinking about today. Muhammadu Buhari was head of state in 1983. I was 2 years old when he was head of state. Now I'm 4 years old. He's still president. He was leader over my father, was president over me. Now he's still president over my children. You know, as if these guys are the only people on board. Tinubu also has come out and wants to become president. Where are the youth? When these guys took over office, they were very young. They were in their 20s and in their 30s. But now if people like us come out to run for office, even in our 40s, they call us youth, we are too young. But while they were in office, while they began politics, they were in their young age. So while we're talking about power being rotated to the South, to the North, we should be focusing, it should be giving to the youth, because this is our turn.
Dr. Felix, you stay in the United States. Has this ever been an issue in the USA?
Of course, it's not an issue here. But you must understand the way the system of Nigeria is not the same as the system here. Anybody can run for office in America. It doesn't matter where you come from. In Nigeria, that's the same. It's democracy. It's constitutional. Doesn't mean because power has been shifted to the South, somebody from the North cannot come and declare for office. No, we can't stop that. Anybody can declare. As far as you are in Nigerian court, you can declare to run for office. But let's not sweep this issue under the carpet for the sake of equity. To be fair, let's let it be rotational. It's not constitutional, so we can't stop anybody from running for office.
Now you talk about the fact that it should be the time of the young people. Are you not disappointed that these young people find it difficult to achieve any form of unanimity? They're always quarreling amongst themselves. They can't come up with a common front.
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about democracy, there will always be disagreement. That's what puts the check and balance. If all young candidates come together and we just agree all the time, the question now is, where is check and balance? So we will always disagree to agree. But here's the question: what chance has been given to us? What opportunity has been given to us? In my opinion, in the 7 years thus far of President Muhammadu Buhari administration, the only thing he has done that I think favored us a little bit was 2018 when he signed the Not Too Young to Run deal. I was very excited. Then I was just 38. I was excited that this bill has been signed, and I was hoping that it will back the bill that is signed. You know, empower the youth. For example, how much is the presidential ticket, the nomination ticket for APC and PDP? The youth should be given at least 10% or 20% of whatever it is to write a form. So have a fair chance. The problem we've had is these big guys, these political gladiators who have been in office all these years, they have the influence, they have the money to be able to shift us aside. And with the hunger in the land, the youth have no choice than to be, falling down for anything. For example, fuel subsidy is about to be removed, and the fuel price is going to skyrocket, which is going to affect food, affect all our goods and services. The hunger in the land is going to increase. And I'm afraid, come 2023, people will be selling their vote for even 100 naira. just because of the hunger in the land. So the game has not been fair to us youth, but I'm appealing to all the youth out there. This is time for us to invade. We can't sit down and just speak on social media and just get angry and just tweet and post things and think that's it. We need to come to these parties. We need to get into politics at every level. It's going to be a struggle. They can't just hand over. I don't see Tinubu just calling the youth and say, come, let's give you a ticket. Or Muhammad Buhari just calling the youth and say, come and let's give you. It's a fight. Politics is fight. We must get in the game. But to be fair, the game has not been fair to us youth.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Nicholas Felix, who was the candidate of the former candidate, presidential candidate of the People's Coalition Party. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's so good to be here this morning.
Yeah.